today.
They've forgotten all about us, and that's just how I like it, says Peter Fox, the Bradford coach, as Northern enter a critical week. Leeds today and Wigan live on Sky on Friday. Headingley stages a crucial match for both teams. Leeds aim to grab pole position in the big league. And Leeds have never won the title, but they'll be top dogs tonight if they win. Alan Tate at fullback, Roger Simpson for Bradford. Wings see Jim Fallon in his third season in the game and David Turpin, his second appearance in 3 months. It's Francis Cummins, World Sevens duty next month, and David Myers. In the centre, it's Kevin Iro, who hasn't scored in the big league since October. Neil Summers, usually a standoff, but today in the centre. New Zealander Craig Innes, and watch out for this fellow, Paul Newlove. Standoff, Gary Schofield's in his favourite position, and Kiwi David Watson, who scored 2 tries here last season. Scrum half is Graham Holroyd. He looks like he's played nowhere else, and Derek Fox hasn't. The big men up front now, Harvey Howard, no bigger than him, and Roy Powell, a former Leeds man. Isini Familo, a £95,000 buy from Widnes in the summer, and a fellow Kiwi in Eugene Bourneville. Hooker is James Lowes, and yet another former Leeds man, Trevor Clark. Second row, Gary Mercer, once of Bradford, and Paul Dixon, once of Leeds. Richie Ayres is the Englishman who now wants to be a Welshman, and Paul Medley, yet another former Leeds hero. And Ellery Hanley, in outstanding form, was 7 years at Bradford, while Brian McDermott was 13 for Northern. The coach is Doug Lawton at Leeds, a job once held by Peter Fox. The match referee is David Campbell, and he blows the whistle, gets this crucial game underway for both sides at the very top of the Stonesborough Championship. Leeds will take pole position if they win here today. No stiffer opponents, though, than Bradford Northern. It's a fierce local derby. The drive in there from Brian McDermott, and the opening exchanges here, I would imagine, will be quite tasty, as Dixon, former Leeds man, gives it to another ex-loiner in Trevor Clark, and he is hoisted down 10 metres inside his own half. It's with Derek Fox, now Roger Simpson. Simpson making a bit of progress, tried to sell Craig Innes the dummy, but Innes did well, stuck to his guns and brought him down. Eugene Bourneville, the Kiwi, playing in the front row, gets it away to the centre, Neil Summers, and he drops it.
You could see that he was looking at the man coming on to do the tackle rather than make sure he had the eyes on the football. Elementary mistake, coming at a very bad time in the early minutes.
Neil Summers, of course, usually a stand-up half, but playing in the centre today. And Francis Cummins took a slap on the face then from Roger Simpson, and David Watson wouldn't let him get to his feet. There's the first penalty of the match.
All over him there. You have to roll away. David Watson didn't there. Bradford coach Peter Fox obviously brought David Watson from the fullback position. He obviously feels that Gary Schofield does not have the speed in defence, and there's no better man to capitalise on half a break than David Watson.
Leeds in possession with Harvey Howard, and he's bouncing off the challenges, but well done to McDermott. He hung on to his shirt tails. Here now is Hanley. Ellery Hanley taking on Paul Newlove, and Newlove and McDermott combining to halt the Leeds captain's progress. Here's Schofield, now Holroyd. He helps it wider to Iro, and Iro puts his foot on the gas, but unfortunately forgets to hang on to the ball. Early errors, early nerves from both sides.
Well, you could see he was trying to get the ball back on the inside. Alan Tate was trailing, chimed into the back line just at the right moment. I'm afraid Iro lost possession. They're looking very sharp, though, our Leeds.
Big match for Bradford in possession now with Simpson, the crucial game for them. They looked out of the running following 3 straight defeats in October, but they travel here unbeaten in their last 5 league games. Newlove, the dummy half. He gets it away to Bourneville. Good tackling. It's now with Roy Powell. Holroyd and Iro doing the tackling. Newlove scampers away on the blind side from dummy half, taking Hanley on, but the Leeds captain equal to the task. David Myers to Fox. This is the last tackle, and Derek Fox hoists a high kick. Here's a tester for Tate. Oh, he was taken out by Watson. It's got to be a penalty. Watson made no attempt for the ball.
There you see, he just wanted to charge straight into Alan Tate. You can't do that. And the amazing thing about it, if Watson would have gone for the football, he probably would have arrived there before Tate had. Tate was standing, and the man running towards the ball, David Watson, would have had the bigger advantage. Little doubt about it. Went pretty high too. Tate didn't like it, neither did the crowd.
And the referee rightly penalising Watson, so Leeds have the possession now with for Milo. Lowes is the dummy half. Harvey Howard! No bigger in the big league than Harvey. Schofield drops it, knock on. Even though he was facing his own posts, the ball went forward.
And he has given a right mouthful to the hooker, James Lowes. He had to turn around for that when he needed quick service. And he made it quite clear to the hooker that it was not the best pass. Either way, Schofield really should have taken it. Good work by the prop forward.
Almost one against the head. Derek Fox had to scamper back to get the possession from that scrum. Both these sides, of course, coming into this match on the back of victories in midweek. It's difficult to play 2 games a week in the big league with such ferocious challenges. The body is put through enough 80 minutes a week, never mind twice a week. And it will be interesting to see how these two sides hold up at the end of the day.
I have to agree with you there, Eddie, especially the way that Leeds have come out firing. Can they last all the full 80 minutes at this pace?
Dixon bounces off one challenge, releases Clark, and Clark takes it into the danger zone. Neil Summers is the man in there at dummy half. Here's Fox. Fox dabs it diagonally, one for Watson, and Watson gets to it, but he bounced the ball. It's no try. Watson got it, but the referee said he bounced it.
Talk about deja vu. How many times have we seen the kick from Fox there? Now then, you can see that he didn't ground it properly. He got the fingertips to it, but it was just a split second before it hit the ground. Good refereeing from David Campbell. Knock on, well spotted.
Excellent decision by referee David Campbell. Looks on top of his game as well early on here.
This is a cracker. The crowd's going berserk. Full steam ahead, both sides.
14 minutes gone. Leeds with the early advantage. The Hanley try. Converted by Holroyd. For Milo with a lovely run. Lowes the support. Lowes is brought down by Summers. Last tackle here for Leeds. Schofield will dab it towards the corner, and it was well rolled in there. Super play from McDermott.
Good slip catch there from the loose forward McDermott. Whoa, off foot.
Get him on the plane to Australia.
We need him. But great reaction.
Newlove, he's got Myers in support, and Myers takes on Tate, takes him in and out. Myers is going to get there. Great try. Myers took on Alan Tate. Tate questions the decision, but Myers took the fullback in, then pulled him out and made it to the corner. 2 former witness men there, and Myers won that battle.
Straight out of the coaching manual. Watch the winger. Beautiful step inside from the big, strong centre, Paul Newlove. Get it away. He committed Jim Fallon, but watch this. In and out, that's what it says in the coaching manual. Soon as the fullback hesitated, Alan Tate, it was absolutely wonderful try. All skill, all class from David Myers.
That really was a great try from Myers. Former under-21 international, his 9th try of the season, ever present in this Bradford Northern side. Just what they wanted. And Derek Fox, 70 goals this season. A difficult chance for him from the touchline, and he's pulled it short. 6-4 Leeds.
Any youngster watching this that wants to be a winger or a centre, come to think of it, beautiful step there. Like a ballerina, wasn't he? Wonderful balance, but watch how he goes in and out. Commits in and out, that's superb stuff. Nothing that Tate could do. You won't see better than that scored this season.
Well, just one try in his last 10 games for the 1992 British Lions tourist. Little knock-on from Fox, definitely. But David Myers has ended his personal drought today.
Well, how many times do we see an elementary mistake? I thought that went backwards. So did that man, Derek Fox. Either way, we're not in charge. David Campbell has a little merry whistle in his hand.
Schofield to Iro. Schofield takes it over again. And Innes, he was going down actually as he caught that ball. Couldn't control it.
Well, it's always a gamble to put the set move on straight from the scrum. And I'm afraid they made a hash of it. The idea was there, they took the right option. The man came at the right time, but just took his eyes off the football again.
Well, Bradford Northern, who conceded possession direct from the kick-off, and that was on the first tackle direct from the scrum, and Summers, the ball comes out, it was stolen.
Definite interference. You'll see for Milo it is. Pushes the ball away. Once you've tackled a man, he should have rolled away. Perhaps it wasn't deliberate, but either way, spotted by referee Campbell.
Now David Turpin didn't make much progress then. Lowe's and Ayres stood like a brick wall ahead of him. Here's Bourneville, Eugene Bourneville from the Auckland City Vulcans team, has yet to score, the Kiwi. Roy Powell, remember the try he scored in this fixture at Valley Parade last season? Bradford Northern's home match, of course it was. They took it to Valley Parade, and Roy Powell against his old club stretched out an arm, and the touch judge is on. Keith Leyland with the yellow flag.
Well, you can see the knee going down, and then the elbow followed through from the second rower, Richie Ayres. And then the second grab. And he'll bring Ayres out, have a word to him. And let's not forget the new edict from the referee's boss, Greg McCallum, is that there's a little short one. Seen well there by the touch judge, Keith Leyland. Let's not forget that edict, Eddie, is the fact that that won't be classified as interference around the play of the ball. That is foul play. Both sides, of course, get 2 cautions. The next time, 10 minutes in the sin bin, irrespective of who it is.
Approaching the midpoint of this first half, and Derek Fox with a chance here to level the scores with this penalty. Fox, right-footed. And the crowd behind those posts are from Bradford. Their cheers tell you he was successful. 6-all.
This is the incident. Ayres wasn't too happy about the elbow coming into him. But so often the retaliator is the man that gets caught. You could see Medley charging in with the raised elbow. To be fair to Medley, he didn't move it. He just held it as protection.
So Leeds restart. That early try from Hanley wiped out now. 6-all. Midway through the first half. Derek Fox, the dummy half, gives it again to Paul Medley. The ball comes out. Hanley wants a knock on, but the referee says Roger Simpson may play on.
Well, the ball went backwards. Now, the only thing here is that, was the tackle complete? I think it was. And if that was the case, then it should have been a penalty to Leeds. Pretty difficult for Campbell to see that, perhaps.
Watson puffing the cheeks out, gets it to Dixon. He finds Clark, who in turn finds Fox, and Fox will launch another attack in the shape of McDermott, but he is tackled on his feet. No way that the ball could be released there, so the referee called held, and Paul Medley drives the ball back deep into Leeds territory. Derek Fox shapes for the kick, goes for the kick, bounces kindly for Tate.
Superb position there from the fullback Alan Tate, anticipating that Fox moved on the blind side to get the option of the kick away.
Yeah, good work from the Leeds full-back. Cummins just losing his footing there and going down in that tackle. Mercer then takes it on. Dixon and Myers there to bring him to ground. And here's Jim Fallon. Really direct, robust winger is Fallon. Takes something to bring him down. Richie Ayres wants to play for Wales in the European Championship next month. Schofield wants to play for England. Iro. Ayres. Last tackle. Schofield again. And he tries a Derek Fox-style angle kick. But Leeds weren't alert to it as Bradford are.
The option was there, but I'm afraid the Leeds side didn't realise it was going to come back into the open side. There was just no one within cooey of that. Well, he tried a little Derek Fox move. Thank you very much indeed. What's all that about? You have it, I'll have it, no, you have it. Either way, it's lost possession. Should be a scrum down.
No, he's given a penalty to Bradford because Milo is adjudged to have stolen the ball.
Well, I think he just gave it to him. He did. And that's just nearly taken my head off. He just popped it up. Wasn't taken away.
Plainly, Bradford Northern didn't like your comments.
Good shot, wasn't it?
Just missed us.
Good job I can duck these days.
Yeah, thanks for that. I thought the roof had just caved in on us.
Well, yours is a bigger target than mine, Eddie.
Newlove scrabbling to his feet. Here's Trevor Clark.
They'll be happy, Bradford. They really have taken this onslaught from Leeds in the early part of it and fought their way back. Scrambling defence has kept them up to it, so they'll be quite happy about it.
That was a brave run from Simpson. Fox with a drop goal. And Bradford have got the penalty because Leeds are offside.
Well, he played the advantage. And it came off the man in front. Now, I think that came off Eugene Bourneville's back. It's accidental, offside. But the referee, David Campbell, deeming... See, he's missed it. And once he's missed it, the advantage went to Bradford. If he'd have got the 1 point, he probably would have left it as 1 point.
Yes, he played the advantage, giving Derek Fox the chance. Because the kick missed, he pinged Leeds for offside at the play the ball.
Yes, it was Faimolo that didn't go back.
Fox kicks the penalty, and Bradford Northern have the lead. 8-6.
You can see that Faimolo has been pointed and picked out by David Campbell. And from that point on, if Fox had missed it, he was already raising the arm for the penalty. Excellent play by David Campbell, warning the player that he'd not made the 10 metres back. More of that, please. Well done.
Well, it's a question of not only re-educating the players, Steve-O, but also re-educating the supporters who watch the game. Because a lot of the Leeds public were furious with that decision.
Well, they may be, but when they see the replay, they'll see that the referees are... The one thing that I like about it is that referees have now started to talk to the players. They were getting a little bit aloof. Not anymore. They may be turning human.
26 minutes gone. Bradford ahead first time. Came off the ankle, says David Campbell. Space opens up for Watson. They're streaming up in support. Watson with the long ball into the arms of Bourneville. Bourneville to Powell.
Well, it came off the foot. Wasn't a knock on there.
That nearly was, but credit to Neil Summers for hanging on to that football. This is the last tackle. And there's an even more ingenious little chip over the top from Fox. That one went almost behind him and to his right. What's this?
Yeah, it's an ingenious thing there, but you can see Campbell pointing to Watson, saying, get off him, you're offside. He's on form, is Campbell, so's this kid.
Francis Cummins, he's got Iro with him. He finds Iro, who in turn finds Tate. Tate, tackled by Myers, and really Tate should have got rid of the ball. Tate takes the play of the ball to himself. Loads. Schofield dabs it straight into the breadbasket of Brian McDermott. Clark, well, this is a tremendous contest.
Well, this McDermott, we mentioned earlier, Schofield all over, not allowing the hooker any chance to get up there. Second attempt, and I think that's the second time that the Leeds side has infringed at the play of the ball. He milked it well, didn't he, Clark? But there was definite interference there. As you say, Eddie, this game is really on the board.
Bradford have stepped up a gear, certainly in the last quarter of an hour. It's a question of how much energy these two sides have got for the latter stages of that second half.
Well, you can see that Bradford are quite happy to just calm things down. They're trying to get their win back as quickly as possible.
Watson gives it to Bourneville. Myers wants it out wide. Bourneville can't release it. He does now to Newlove. Newlove's trying to get it to Myers. And Newlove, as he was tackled and hit the deck, he tried to release it.
Yeah, he tried to get the ball away, but it was well taken care of with Hanley over the top. Good defence from Leeds.
Now Leeds in an attacking mode with Holroyd, but it comes to grief. McDermott working hard, the Bradford loose forward. Here's Richie Ayres. Three men stop his progress.
Full credit though to Leeds. They really are playing this ball quickly. They're quite prepared to throw the ball around within their own quarter. Fancy stuff.
Oh, that's good stuff from Lowe's. He releases Tate. Tate takes on Simpson. Looks for support. It arrives from Hanley. Hanley has to take the tackle from Fox. Does a dying Swanak. Referee says get on with it. Iro will do that. Now it's with Holroyd. Last tackle this. Slides the kick through. And it's going to be play on.
He took an age to the fullback Roger Simpson to get to that, but great play from Holroyd.
6 to go for Leeds. Mercer to Tate. Tate out wide. Cummins. Tate in at dummy half. Fancies a try. Just held up inches short of the line. Mercer, and it's Ayres who's in. Richie Ayres with the try. Call for that. Great Britain international who wants to play for Wales against England, and moments like that will do his cause no harm at all.
This is the break that led to it. Schofield runs at the angle. Beautiful position there from the big Kiwi Iro. And Holroyd puts this superb kick through. And you'll notice the fullback Roger Simpson come through. He just hesitates. He was going to commit himself to it. It was excellent play. And then they swung the ball across. It was Ayres that scored, but put it down to the hooker. It was great work from dummy half. He feinted to go to the open. See how he goes away, drags the defence. And they can't hold a second rower. Richie Ayres, that was well played.
So Richie Ayres with the try for Leeds, his 4th of the season. And so Leeds have the lead again, 10 points to 8 in this fierce local derby. We might well have expected actually plenty of points in this game, because between them they've scored 172 tries this season, 85 for Leeds, 87 for Bradford before today. Only Wigan have scored more. Not only are we getting tries, we are getting some spectacular play as well. And Holroyd now with this conversion attempt, punches it in and hits the post. So close, but not close enough. 10-8.
You can see the hooker Lowe's looking down the open side. That's brought the defence out. The neat switch on the back there. Powell was slow to get through, and that was well taken. This is the kick through, and you can see that I think Newlove comes off Newlove's boot. He actually moves at it. He plays at it with his knee. That means it's play on. Beautiful play there, but you'll notice how Simpson just hesitates. It's all a matter of seconds, but that was a well-worked try.
Yes, he who hesitates is lost, and Roger Simpson lost that particular battle. And Ellery Hanley complaining about something in the tackle there and having a real eyeball session with David Watson.
He was turning the clock back there, Ellery Hanley. He thought he could referee again. It's not happening these days.
Lowe's lovely ball out wide to Iro. Simpson did well then. Well, he hesitated just a few moments ago, but he stood up to the big man well. Schofield finds Holroyd. Holroyd dumped, but as he is tackled, he gets the ball away to Farmilo. Here's Alan Tate. Alan Tate, weavy run. Schofield. Woof. Collision with Watson. The referee says that Schofield ducked under that. I think he was
right. Good job he did.
Ayres, who's just scored and is looking for more, tackled by Myers. Here's Schofield again, dabs it through. That's going to be play on as well. It is now. Holroyd just tried to tap it forward. Bourneville did well there.
Talk about pressure. The neat little tip through there was play on, and Bourneville came to the rescue. Talk about taking a deep breath. This has been a classic so far. Both sides working hard, running the angles, support play, but Leeds have looked really classy.
Of course, the match has a lot of added spice for Bradford Northern. So many of their players have got Leeds in their CVs. Peter Fox, a former coach here at Headingley. Out there on the park, there are quite a few with Leeds in their background, and they love to take on the more glamorous of the two sides, Leeds. There's a facial by Watson on Cummins. Campbell didn't see it.
He wasn't happy with it, with the youngster, and rightly so. Talk about a manicure. That doesn't do the gum shield any good. All the teeth that's behind it.
Harvey Howard. Good tackling, Powell. Here's Richie Ayres. On halfway.
How long can they keep this up? They're going to be out on their feet before the half-time break.
Holroyd drills the kick towards the corner, and Myers clears up the danger for Bradford. And he's all wrapped up by Kevin Iro. Simpson finished off by Mercer after Iro had chased him. Newlove's the dummy half. Dixon now.
You can see Simpson slowly getting to his feet. It's affecting quite a few of them out there. Bradford quite happy just to calm it down again. They really have been pushed out there from Leeds. What an onslaught from the Headingley mob.
Yes, the pace of this match is unrelenting. Newlove can't get away from the Kiwi double act of Mercer and Iro. Powell, Fox drills one over the top. And Fallon content to let that ball find touch.
Experience showing there, Derek Fox. He saw that Fallon was well out of position. He was under a lot of pressure, sidestep, chipped it through. He knows the importance. They'll be quite happy. 2 points adrift. They know that they've been split on several occasions by this Leeds onslaught.
Here's Jim Fallon again. Seems to duck his shoulder into every tackle, doesn't he?
He's got to get Watson for this one. That's about the third time. He said on the other occasion that Schofield went underneath it. Well, there's little doubt in my mind that he went to go for his head. Fortunately enough for the winger that his shoulder got in the way. Well, he's excitable, is David Watson at the moment.
And he's saying and pleading to the referee that the arm bounced off Fallon's shoulder.
That's the only thing that saved him in my book. If he'd have connected full square on this one, Fallon knew it was coming. Watson claims that if I hit his shoulder, then how can it be a high tackle? But you can't aim for the head. The intent was there.
For Milo, a good run. Lowe's the dummy half. Gives it to Harvey Howard. Gets it back to Lowe's. He skips inside Medley. Suddenly a gap appears for Lowe's. Schofield's there, and the Predator will score. Gary Schofield, try number 14 of his season. And that's his 1500 club point.
Once again, superb play by the forwards. Harvey Howard, a big charge, get the ball away. But the hooker, James Lowe's, really did step on the gas, didn't he? It was a superb time pass to Schofield. Schofield grabs the 4 points, but the hooker, James Lowe's, gets the glory. Remember, it was Lowe's quick thinking that got the try to the second row, Richie Ayres. And on this occasion, he steps on the gas, cool thinking, waited until he committed Roger Simpson, left a clear run for Gary Schofield, who loves nothing better than bagging 4 points like that.
1,500 points in club football for Gary Schofield with that 4. Jointly the most capped Great Britain international. And now Graham Holroyd with the extras, and up towards half-time, Leeds have stretched the lead. It's 16-8.
There you can see it. Harvey Howard has attracted 3 tacklers, and once the ball came away, once he'd gone back on the inside, the break was clear, and Schofield gleefully accepts, races away. Well, Bradford looking very tired in that defensive line on that occasion. 3 men going for the big prop forward.
Schofield finds his captain Hanley. Hanley is brought down by Newlove. Fallon. He takes the direct route, doesn't he, Jim Fallon? Mercer, long ball to Iro, support from Innes. Cummins, space ahead of him, cuts inside Summers. Good job that Derek Fox came in.
Did the right thing as well, did Cummins. He didn't panic. He knew that position was vital.
There's Lowe's. The hanging off him could prove fatal. Eventually they bring him down. It was McDermott. Tate. Iro. Popped it up. Lowe's. Hanley wants it long. Lowe's takes the tackle, the last one. Iro at dummy half. That's long, but to nobody in particular. Schofield picks up, finds Hanley. Hanley goes through a gap. And that would have been try time had the pass stuck.
Schofield couldn't believe that he'd knocked on there. No advantage. They'll put the scrum down, I think. It'll be on the last tackle, so that'll be the turnover. But good play again from Schofield. This has been the best 40 minutes I've seen from a Leeds side for quite some time. They really are on song.
As good as the night that they played Wigan. Well, the answer's in the affirmative from Steve-O. And here's Iro. They're looking keen and eager. That's a good tackle, though, by Medley. James Lowe's felt that.
He's hurt. What an impact from Medley.
Not finished, though. Howard. Into stoppage time. Try now for Leeds would be vital. Schofield got in the way of that, really. Ayres managed to retain possession. Turns a neat ball back inside to Tate. Tate. Simpson, the last line of defence. Hanley, the dummy half. Looking to go over the top and scores himself. And David Myers, really, I think his expression said it all. As that ball touched down, Myers couldn't believe it. But Hanley, his second try of the match, and try number 24 of another excellent season.
Second effort, keeping the ball alive. Look at the determination there on Ayres. Back on the inside, Tate gets it through. But really, Newlove and Dixon should have wrapped up from here. They didn't. The Leeds skipper, great upper body strength, but he should have been put down there. They didn't get him. Dixon can't believe it. Neither can Newlove. When there's two men on one, they should be able to put him. They had him, and then they swing him around. That is sheer strength. Second effort in the legs.
Ellery Hanley then, his second try of the afternoon. 33 hat-tricks in his career, and he's now on the verge of hat-trick number 34. Holroyd then, this would be the perfect present for the half-time cup of tea. 28 at the moment, 22-8 if this sails over, and 22-8 it is. Leeds have taken a stranglehold on this match, courtesy of Ellery Hanley's two tries. He's getting on in years, but he lacks none of the enthusiasm. David Myers with the try for Northern. Bradford must have thought they were on their way when he touched down. Schofield hunting the tries out as he has done throughout his career. And it's Leeds who take a very comfortable half-time situation into the dressing room. They lead 22-8 and they're on their way to the top.
You're watching Sky Sports 2. Chances missed, chances saved, goals disallowed, penalties denied. Newcastle won, Blackburn won. It all added up to a riveting cup tie, but there will be a winner at Ewood Park. Can the SAS Strike Force do it for Rovers, or will the Magpies steal victory? A Ford Escort Cup special Wednesday at 7, live on Sky Sports.
The Stones bit of championship tonight. 22 points to 8 they lead at the start of this second half. 2 points to 8 they lead at the start of this second half. And they really did finish that first 40 minutes so strongly. It's a question now of whether Bradford Northern can come back to them and whether Leeds can keep this momentum going. Here's Faimilo.
Well, we said at the pace in that first half that perhaps these players would get tired. I did notice that Bradford seemed to go really off the boil in the last 12 minutes.
David Campbell says Richie has lost the ball in the tackle and it's a knock-on. It wasn't punched away from him.
Ayres thought that a player dragging the ball across, loose forward Brian McDermott, had the arm coming over him. Didn't impress the referee David Campbell.
It's Neil Summers in possession for Bradford, who were champions under Peter Fox in his first stint at Odsal twice, 1980 and 81. Something that really rankles here at Leeds, because Leeds, of course, have never won the big league title. But they are on course to go top of the tree tonight. And this is the start of a very important week for Bradford. They have got this match here today and then Wigan on Sky on Friday night live.
Well, they need to sort a few things out, and that man there that's just passed the ball, David Watson, is the key. I thought he would attack a lot more in the standoff position. Wouldn't surprise me to see Coach Peter Fox change a few things.
Nothing changes when Derek Fox gets the opportunity to kick, though. That was one of those angled kicks of his, but this time Tate was up to the challenge.
Didn't he really well, Tate, there, realising that Fox was running to the blind side. Wasn't going to be foxed. He really was cool, calm and collected.
This is James Lowes taking on this Bradford defence, who will have to be on top of their form next Friday. Bradford Northern Wigan. We're live from Odsal, 7 o'clock on Friday night on Sky Sports.
That'll be a knock-on from Paul Newlove. See, he got the left arm round the side of Schofield. Schofield pretty slow getting that ball away. Either way, it's head and feet to Leeds. Getting back to that Bradford sort of situation, wouldn't surprise me if they brought Neil Summers perhaps into the standoff position, drop Dave Watson to the full-back.
What a lovely run from Innes. I don't think they're going to catch him. Medley's quick, but Innes is quicker. Just the start that Leeds wanted. A beautiful ball popped up into the space, and Innes was through the gap in a flash. He had to finish it, ran half the length of the field, but he wouldn't be stopped.
Well, when you chance your arm and put on a move at the scrum base, you've got to make sure you get the tackle. He just ghosts it through there, did Craig Innes. And in this modern day football, the coaches do not have a full-back. He always stands up in the line. It's the angle switch. He came onto it well. Dixon missed him. And from there on in, it was put the glasses down. Medley tried in vain. Simpson knew he was in the straight line at the scrum. What a try.
And
well
what a
worked.
moment to pick up your first try since August. Only one before that this season. That was against Featherstone. And Innes, well, he won't score a better try than that, I fancy. Holroyd with the extras. It's looking better and better for Leeds.
The sliding defence, Dixon circled. He knew where it was coming, but you've got to make sure of the tackle. He missed it straight the way through. And that's the price you pay.
So, Leeds ahead 28 points to 8. A little different from that match at the back end of last season when a weakened Leeds team succumbed to Bradford, who ran that day 52 points in. David Heron has come on for Bradford, another former Leeds man, to try and shore up what is rapidly becoming a crumbling house. And Tate there used either as a foil, as a shepherd, but the pass wasn't good, and Bradford get it back. Turpin, they need to reply quickly if they're going to have any chance of getting Peter Fox back in the driving seat in this match. Bourneville drives it in straight. Good run.
Certainly was. That's the type of run from the forwards. They really have to roll up the sleeves, get some work done.
Here's Heron with a short ball to Dixon. Plays the ball quickly. It's with Summers. Back to Fox, who didn't look as though he was expecting that. And Richie Ayres was able to drill him into the ground. Watson now, the standoff. Skips back inside. They're all standing, Bradford. No one supporting him. Medley, back to Powell. Powell gets through James Lowes, but Turpin couldn't hang on to the pass.
Well, Powell kept the ball alive. Good work from Turpin. It ghosted in from the wing there, but got to make sure of this possession. It just has not been Bradford's day, I'm afraid. Too many errors. They will rue the day, I'm afraid, on that one. But let's not take anything away from this Leeds outfit. They really came out with all guns blazing. They've impressed me.
David Heron's only been on the field for a couple of moments. The referee wants a word with him for this. Drill the, no doubt about it, drill the elbow into Cummins' face.
Right in front of the referee, Campbell. Well, giving away silly penalties like that. It's frustration. It's creeping into this Bradford side, and I'll tell you what, if they don't get their defence sorted out, this Leeds outfit could run riot. They could add another 25, 30 points the way they're playing.
Harvey Howard takes to play the ball to himself. No one was standing in front. Quick thinking from the giant prop. And he wants to discuss it with Dixon. They're having a go in the background as play moves on. Referees sorted that out. Harvey Howard with a little grin to himself. Schofield, high kick, difficult, bounces kindly, Mercer, easy. A horrible bounce for Bradford, a beautiful bounce for Gary Mercer.
You can see Richie Ayres laid out there, the kick from Schofield. You cannot afford to let the ball bounce in this game of rugby league. It can do anything for you. And it did on this occasion for the second rower, Gary Mercer. The Kiwi Gleepilac sets the four. There's a monstrous kick there from Schofield. And really, Myers shouldn't have taken the chance. He just hesitates at the last minute. It can bounce so cruelly at times, but not on this occasion for Leeds. Lady Luck's with them. You take your chances, and that man certainly did.
Former Bradford Northern player, of course, Gary Mercer. 4 points against his former club. New Zealand international. 40 games for Bradford. Graham Holroyd now. His figures 4 from 5. The ball just topples off the little mound of sand. Keeping French international Patrick Onta, of course, out of this Leeds lineup is Graham Holroyd. 148 points before today. And there's another 2 to the Holroyd total and to the Leeds total. It's 34 points to 8.
The experience of Gary Schofield. He can see the man, the fullback, is circled, is not into the wing, gets it into the open space. The kind bounce does the rest. An easy try for the New Zealander Gary Mercer. He's had a top game. Loves to run out wide and was given a gift for then.
Craig Innes has been withdrawn and George Mann has come on. And that's George Mann with the ball now. It's like something out of Terminator. He's got his leg bandaged, he's got a skull cap on, he's got a big bandage on his arm. George Mann. Looks like he might have been in the wars. Faimilo. Good run from Faimilo.
This Bradford defence is not moving up. You can see they're tired. They're hanging back. And you really are looking down a big score when you start doing that.
Schofield sees another big space. Watson at full back. There's George Mann. Look at him.
Eager defence there from Leeds. They really are on song today. Full credit to them.
The tackle was on Myers, and he must have thought it was going to be Bradford's day when he scored his try in the first half. And McDermott's lucky to get away with that.
Deemed that it went backwards. Oh, swinging arm there from Harvey Howard. They've had a few little trade-offs as Dixon and Howard during this game.
Well, there was the eyeballing was going on over there before that last Leeds try was scored between Howard and Dixon.
It's been going on all day. And that's something that Bradford will have to be careful at now. They know that this game's gone. This is the incident. Howard, boom, crunch time. Well, maybe Campbell appeared to have a pretty good view of that one. But as I say, this Bradford side, they want to keep their cool. They can ill afford to have players sent off now.
Leeds in possession with Fallon. And another Bradford change medley for Adam Greenwood. Some fresh legs. There is Greenwood straight away in the tackle, bringing Faimilo down. Now Holroyd hooked up, saw there was a gap, but a bit too much meat behind that. Runs dead.
Yes, he raises the arm, acknowledges to the rest of his team that it was not the best kick. There's no point in being a bit shy in this game when you've got a scoreline at 34-8. You can chance your arm a little bit more. And the way things have been going for the coach, Doug Lawton, he'll be happy.
He'll be delighted. They're on their way to the top of the tree. Says in the programme here at Headingley today, he just hopes now that the fixture backlog, because Wigan have made it through to the Regal Trophy final, and he just hopes that all the fixtures that they've lost in the Championship because of that will now start to catch up with them. We shall see as McDermott takes the ball into the Leeds half of the field. Of course, a lot of clubs, Steve-O, have had the same thought around about this time of the year, that the fixtures might catch up with Wigan, but thus far the fixtures never have.
No, they've got so much depth, haven't they? Enthusiasm. Neat little kick there. He must be very confused, Derek Fox. Not being able to get his side into the swing of things. Not really been on song. He knows that he's working behind a well and truly beaten pack. This Leeds 6 have kept coming all day, full of enthusiasm. Tremendous effort.
Leeds unbeaten at home in the big league. Castleford, of course, knocked them out of the Regal Trophy, and they look like they're maintaining that record here today.
Well, we saw another pretty tough tackle there from Dave Watson on Fallon.
Leeds enjoying big possession in this second half too. 54 minutes gone, and Iroh's got his penalty.
Well, sheer frustration from Adam Greenwood.
I don't know why he's frustrated, he's only just on.
Well, there's nothing worse than being sat on a subs bench, watching them struggle out there.
Harvey Howard. Oh. Well, he ran strongly when he was on in the match last Saturday. And my word, he's run strongly here today.
Having the time of his life, isn't he, Gary Mercer running out wide. Schofield eager to pick them up as well with a long ball.
Significant today, Steve-O, that Doug Lawton, the Leeds coach, has left his two prop forwards on the field and not rotated them, as he did last week. The ball pops up. Lowe's was in touch. It's going to be no try.
Good work from Watson.
He wasn't in touch.
Tremendous stuff.
That's a try that's gone a-begging, and I don't think that that one was in touch when he tossed that ball inside.
I do. There you go.
The ball had left his hand when he went over the line.
Silence is golden, Eddie.
Oh,
dearie me.
Going without the ball isn't golden. Oh, but he's got away with it, Simpson. The referee says play on.
Well, it's had everything this game, hasn't it? Bit of controversy, bit of toughness out there, but some superb tries. And haven't they bottled that guy up? Paul Newlove, the two centres, Iroh, Innes, when he was on, really have worked hard.
It's a little different from last April when Bradford Northern came here to give themselves a chance of lifting the championship. That ball was stolen from David Heron by Richie Ayres.
Little doubt about it. You'll see the right arm go down. Thank you. Just knocks it away. David Heron, nothing he could do about it. He was struggling trying to get the arms free.
You might remember that Saturday afternoon when Bradford came here, beat a weakened Leeds side, went top of the tree, and then Wigan had to beat Oldham on the Sunday night to claim the championship. This is a totally different story.
A great effort. Quite a lot of people, when Leeds did pull off that wonderful win here against Wigan just before the festive season, thought perhaps it might have been just a one-off. But on this showing today, Leeds really have got plenty of power to offer for the championship running.
Watson brings Dixon back on the inside. He finds Fox. Fox is able to carry it on. And Alan Tate went for a piggyback ride and brought the little fella down. Here's Watson again. One-handed to Powell. Powell tackled by Howard. Watson almost caught out then. Here's Fox. Dabs a kick through. Bounces off the legs of Tate. It's all over the place. And the ball was diffused behind the Leeds try line.
Neat little kick there from Fox. Came off the Leeds player, Tate, the full back. But the referee deemed that Tate forced the ball down. Not so sure he forced it, as rather just kick it, sort of flick it on, but downward pressure was sufficient in the eyes of David Campbell, the referee. And really, when you think back to this Bradford Northern effort, the only time that they put Leeds under pressure has been when Derek Fox has used the option of a kick. Everything else has been diffused by this strong Leeds defence.
Now here's Greenwood. Summers the dummy half. And Fox to Heron, back to Fox, here's Dixon. They're not making any penetration at all, are they? And Harvey Howard and Paul Dixon are really chatting to each other at every tackle.
Well, they've still got plenty of minutes left in this game to square it up, as it were. I'm sure the referee, David Campbell, is keeping an eye out on those two.
Here's Watson. Takes it back amongst the heavy traffic. Pops the ball out to nobody in particular. Greenwood just slips, gives it to Powell. Bradford have gone backwards. Now Turpin trying to make some progress forwards. It's the last tackle.
Well, the Leeds defence from the cover was superb there. Turpin would need Black Bess to get through all that stuff.
Heron trying to force the pace, loses it.
Trying to keep the ball alive, but also good play by George Mann. You may have noticed in the last couple of weeks that a lot of these players are grabbing at the arm, forgetting about going for the football. That's allowed. It's all part of the tackle. As long as you don't make an attempt to go for the football.
Mann. Hanley. Powell took the dummy. Hanley makes progress. Gets away from Watson. Support there from Holroyd. Fallon with Holroyd. Holroyd on his own and loses it. Simpson now will attack the other end. Well, they've blown the chance of 4 there at Leeds.
They sure have. Jim Fallon was screaming for that football. Holroyd was just about to release the pass. Lost possession.
Watson tries to drill it into the chest of Hanley, and Hanley stands up to the challenge. A quarter of this match remaining, and Leeds on the way to the top of the table. And the finishing power, well, Bradford come strong in the last quarter. They'll have to today. 30 tries they've scored. Leeds have scored 28, 31%. So they both do finish strongly in this section of the match.
That looked forward anyway. I think you'll find that Nieloff's pass, no chance for Paul Dixon to get that into the breadbacks. Dixon thought that it was already through, that the pass would not be coming. This has not been Bradford's day.
Leeds with the possession with Fallon.
Created a few problems, hasn't he? Straight running from Fallon.
Iro loses it.
There'll be
The
a knock
referee
on.
will pull him back for the knock-on. There's no good, the crowd screaming. Iro knocked on.
Oh, that shoot the fairy godmother here. Knock on quite clearly. Even I get nervous with this mob underneath me.
Well, that was the most unusual feed of a scrum I've seen from Derek Fox. He threw it in. Myers has lost it. Well, it's a disastrous day for Bradford. They will have to up it a bit, Steve-O, for next Friday.
Yes, I'm afraid a few harsh words from their coach, Peter Fox, is needed. Quite a few out there have decided not to roll up the sleeve and work together. You've got to do your hard work. The Bradford pack have been steamrolled.
It's George Mann. George Mann for Leeds. And that's Neil Harmon. This now is Holroyd who hoists the kick on the last tackle. Watson was underneath it, but as soon as he caught it, Iro, running from an onside position, clattered him to the ground.
Took it well though, did Watson. He was running backwards. Couldn't see what the onrushing traffic was going to be like. But I'm sure that he knew the way that this Leeds side have run with gusto. They've followed every kick through. This guy's tried though, hasn't he?
He has, the full-back, but he's only getting to the halfway line. Summers at dummy half, to Fox, to Heron. Here's Dixon. Now Heron, he will continue the movement on with Fox. Heron again. Turpin gets away from Harmon, but Harmon, I think, just did enough to bring him down. Summers, Fox. Nice ball. That from Bourneville. They keep the movement going neatly to Bradford. It pops out the back door from Powell to Fox. It's now Adam Greenwood. He keeps it on the go to Watson. Watson inside to nobody in particular. Fox will have it. Fox over the shoulder. Simpson. Simpson clattered by Iro.
Deary me, and didn't he clatter him some? Simpson didn't know what was happening there. Well picked up by Neil Harmon. But the full-back was just about to receive that football. And the big beast, Iro, crashed.
Here's Fallon. Nice run from Fallon. Good tackling from Powell. Gutierrez looked over his shoulder and saw that Lowe's was there, but decided not to release the ball. Here's Lowe's now, skipping away from the tacklers. Schofield! Schofield's on his way, and Schofield will score his second. He thought for a moment about giving Hanley his hat-trick, and eventually decided to take it himself. Number 15 of the season for Schofield.
Superb play from the hooker, James Lowe's. He's had a classic match. Really has been in the wars. Good defence, superb pass, and that's the third try that he has engineered today. Schofield quite happy to take it. Allright says, can I have it? Neat step on the inside. You can see that this Bradford defence, they're not moving forward at all. Quite a few of them have thrown the towel in, I am afraid. It's a rout now from this Leeds outfit.
Schofield's try, must have thought for a moment, should he give Hanley the hat-trick? Decided against it at the last minute. Put it down to himself. 15 tries from him now this season. Holroyd with the extras. And the one thing you can safely say even now is that Leeds are at the top of the Stones Bitter Championship.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
So 40 points to 8 for Leeds. Points to 8 for Leeds. They're on the way to the top of the table tonight. 10 successive league wins now for the men from Headingley. It's championship form, and having beaten Wigan themselves just before Christmas, they have to hope, because Wigan at the end of today will have 2 games in hand and only be a point adrift. They have to hope, Steve-O, that somebody somewhere along the line knocks them off their perch.
Most importantly, they've got to keep on winning and just hope that that does occur. And I'm sure that it'll be in the mind of Dougie Lawton, the Leeds coach, to say to his players, let's rub it in. Remember, Wigan won it on points average last season, so let's get as many points as we can, and Leeds are doing that.
They're looking for more. There's the hat-trick for Hanley! Hat-trick number 34 of his outstanding career. Laid on a plate by Alan Tate. 3 for Hanley, and this fellow just goes on and on.
Well, it's looking like touch and pass there. You could see that poor old Paul Newlove was just stuck out there all on his own. The fullback chimed through. The lead skipper back on the inside for this hat-trick. But this is woeful defence. There is no one to be seen. Poor Paul Newlove was left. And this man gleefully accepts another hat-trick in his long, wonderful career.
And no, the camera is not lying. Ellery Hanley is taking the conversion. He was a kicker in his Bradford days, and he's kicked the two, and the smile really says it all. Well, he's enjoying every minute of this, and Leeds ahead 46 points to 8. So, quite a day for Ellery Hanley, quite a day for Leeds, and they are not finished yet. They are now for the time being. Iro, the ball wasn't good.
Well, he was on his way, the big centre. The crowd were disappointed with that. They were after the 50. Schofield went for the intercept, but even then the scrambling, sliding defence from Leeds is too good for Derek Fox. They had a shattered outfit, this Bradford side today.
Myers trying to rescue something from the wreckage. Here's Newlove. Newlove was clattered there. Referee David Campbell saw it go in from Howard. Newlove felt it. Dixon for the 4! Has he given the try, the referee? Yes, it looks like he has. Dixon, consolation for Bradford, nothing else.
Either way, Dixon went for this one. He did at least run onto it with a lot of vim and vigour. It was too much for Tate and Hanley. And either way, this is how to run onto the football. The game is never over as far as these guys are concerned. They know that they won't get winning pay, but he'll gain some consolation to know that he has breached what has been a very strong defence today.
Fox with the extras. Bradford Northern get some reward for their efforts. 14 points, but Leeds with 46. And if you wondered why on earth Ellery Hanley was taking that goal kick just a few moments ago, it brought up his 100th successful goal kick of his career. That's why the smile was so broad. That's in all matches, not just club games, representative football as well. Well done to Hanley.
Well done to our statistician Ian Proctor. He just mind boggles me.
Medley with this run. Well, Bradford haven't finished yet. Good run from Medley, but he's collared by Iro.
Well left there by the fullback Alan Tate. He knew there was still plenty of space for Medley to get through. He did not commit himself. Offside.
Yeah, Leeds all offside. Referee again giving Bradford the opportunity to take advantage. Non-forthcoming whistle blows. Fox, lovely little junk inside from Fox. And Watson. Well, don't tell me there's a fight back on. Watson's try.
It all came about from a beautiful run from Paul Medley. And full credit to Bradford. Fox threw the dummy, Schofield took it. Ball back on the inside, another consolation try. Super run though, but look how the fullback Alan Tate didn't commit himself until the right moment. But let's not take anything away from the good run from the second rower. From that position, Bradford have scored another 4 points. And that won't go down well for the Leeds coach, Doug Lawton.
Watson then with the try for Bradford. And from bang in front, another chance here for Derek Fox. And Fox doesn't miss those even in hopeless situations. 46 points to 20. Well, points are plenty here at Headingley, but the most important statistic from Leeds' point of view is that they are on their way to 2 points in the Stones to the Championship, and that means that they will be top of the table tonight by a point clear from Wigan. Wigan with other things on their mind, of course, today, beating Castleford to claim a place in the Regal Trophy final.
Well, I know it's an awful thing to say for all the Leeds fans, and I'm sure the Leeds players, but it would do Leeds a power of good to have an early exit in the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. I really do mean that. That means that they would only have the championship proper to concentrate upon, and on this performance you'd have to give them more than just a good chance.
Well, that's true, Steve-O, but I rather fancy they won't want to give Wembley away, having got there last season and lost the final. It's such a money spinner, isn't it? And commercially, the club, well, they'd put a noose up for you for saying that.
I know that, and I say the fact that if they had only the championship to concentrate on, maybe they really would get the things going on a regular basis.
Credit Bradford for this fight back late on here. Powell, they've suddenly started to run with venom, Bradford.
Well, Leeds have stopped tackling, that's why, and Bradford are starting to find gaps.
And there's another gap. Myers will score. Right round the back of the post. And I tell you what, Alan Tate just stood then, and he appealed to the referee for something, and he allowed Myers to improve the angle to such an extent that the next conversion is a formality.
Well, they will get a real rollicking from Doug Lawton, and if they don't, they should. Tate was saying it was a forward pass. He's not the referee. Myers said, thank you very much indeed. Well, what should have been a very big margin, which would help them if it came down to points difference. But this is very slack play indeed. To allow a winger to go out wide there, you could see the Leeds coach Ellery Hanley screaming at his players, what on earth are you doing?
Fox adds another 2, and this lead for Leeds is being chipped away systematically by Bradford. And as you say, Steve-O, at the end of the day, at the end of the season, it could be down to points difference, and they could rue this.
Well, they certainly could, and they'll be very happy about it. But it was good approach play, and you can see the Leeds defence, they've just packed in. Looked a bit forward, okay, but Tate said, you can't just turn to the referee and say, you're kidding, mate. Look at that. Now that is so unprofessional. You play to the whistle. Well, they might get winning bonus and 2 valuable points, this Leeds outfit, but they really do need a rollicking from their coach.
As you say, Tate had a case. It looked a forward pass.
Players do not
to the whistle, you're right.
Players do not have a case. They don't have the whistle. They are paid to produce football both in attack and defence, not to stand around talking to the referee. The crowd's going berserk. What should have been a magnificent day for them, it isn't.
Bradford have suddenly started to believe in themselves.
If the opposition don't tackle, what else can they do? Look at them, they're just standing back.
Heron to Powell. This time he was tackled by Ayres. Last tackle it is here. Fox. That was forward. That was a mile forward. Myers has got a hat-trick. And that was a forward pass by yards. The wheels have fallen off for Leeds. They're lucky they've got such a long, long way between them at the moment.
Well, this is just becoming farcical. Okay, it was a forward pass. Look how they just stand there. There's only one man moved up. Break on the inside. Dixon thought to himself, I'll get the ball out wide. Myers said, I can't believe this. Dearie me, today. Simple, basic football. No one went for Fox. Dixon said, look at that. He's not the best stepper in the world, the second rower, Paul Dixon. Myers says, what on earth's happening? How long have we got to go? I thought that was a borderline situation, and I don't think this was forward either.
Fox with the attempted conversion, and this time he misses from way out. Well, 46-30, 76 points. The crowd are booing. They're not happy with what they're seeing. I'm not sure that it's booing at the Leeds players.
It
or
should
they're
be
booing the referee.
Well, they can't boo the referee. They're not going to be fooled, those spectators. They've paid hard-earned money to get in here. And they've just seen what should have been a celebration turn into a farce. These are professional footballers, and they must play for the full 80 minutes. They're doing no one any favours.
Here come Bradford again. Their tails are right up here. Simpson, they can't lay a hand on him. You're right, it should have been a celebration of everything that's good about Leeds today. But Bradford have got up off the floor and they've hit them with a few sucker punches here. They should have. Myers will remember this day. He scored a hat-trick at Headingley. He's going to end up on the losing side.
There might be more to come yet. What should have been hammering the nails into the coffin to lay down the gauntlet to all the other sides, that every time you come to Headingley, we are going to drop you. They'll just look at the last 15 minutes and say, see, they will go to sleep.
Medley, strong run from the Bradford second rower, hauled down by Cummins. Turpin at dummy half. Heron, Fox. Heron drills the kick to the corner, Fallon lets it go, and David Myers was hunting his fourth.
He knew he was breathing down his neck, and Jim Fallon took the gamble that it would go in.
I'm reminded, Steve-O, that Leeds drew with Sheffield 46-all last season here. Time is running out for Bradford now. It's too late for them. We're in stoppage time, but I think what you said has been absolutely right.
Well, maybe the icing could be on the... Oh, and that really just was it. Interference. You see, he gets his hand in the way. You must roll away from the area of the play of the ball. He did not do that. And even so, there wasn't a Leeds man moving into the dummy half position anyway.
There's the siren. Leeds have won it by 46 points to 30. Ellery Hanley lands his first goal for Leeds, his first goal from a place kick. Another record falls to Hanley, the Great Britain coach. But David Myers, 3 tries here at Headingley, and he ends up on the losing side. A hat-trick for him, a hat-trick for Hanley also. It's been a day of high scoring. It's been a day in many ways of high drama. And Leeds will have to hope that at the end of the season they don't rue their lapses in the last 10 minutes of this match. Leeds 46, Bradford 30. Important statistic, Leeds at top of the table.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
A win then for Leeds by 46 points to 30. The tries, 3 from Hanley. To 30. The tries, 3 from Hanley. Ayres, Schofield got 2, Innes and Mercer. Holroyd kicked 6 goals and Hanley significantly just that 1. But another great game it was for Harvey Howard, even though he wasn't among the try scorers. Harvey, a win and you're top of the table, but at the end of the day people will remember the last 10 minutes and wonder what on earth happened here at Headingley.
That's right, the last 10 minutes was a bit of a nightmare. You know, we started very well, good lead, went in at half-time exceptionally well. Everything was going to team plan, and ever since Ellery's kick up for his 100, we just fell apart. You know, Dixon started pulling out wide and putting some good breaks through. And it's a lesson to be learned. Doug will have us in tomorrow for a good hour and put us through our paces. That video, you know, it was a bit of a nightmare towards the end.
Well, it was, because Bradford Northern lost it to Wigan on points difference last season, and if you lose it on points difference this time, well, you really will be looking at this match and saying, well, what might have been?
That's right, points difference makes a lot when you're very close like Wigan, and it will be a bit of sour point if you lose on points towards the end of the season.
But what about the fact that you're top of the table now? I mean, it must be a great feeling despite all that.
It is a good feeling, but looking at Wigan, you know, they're a very strong side, and all credit to them. You know, they've got the games in hand, and they've got some tough games coming up, and they're going to play catch-up football. So we've just got to wait in the scenery and just wait for a slip up by Wigan. But Wigan are very tough. You know, we just have to wait and see.
You want someone to do you a favour, don't you?
That's right. You know, there's some tough games coming up, and we've got some tough games as well. You know, either way. And we've got to show the league, you know, we can play at home and away. You know, we had a tough game against Oldham midweek, a bit of a scare there, but they're always tough games at Oldham, you know, and we've just got to stick to our guns and play the season through right to the wire.
Dougie, you're top of the table, but a lot of your supporters will remember the last 10 minutes and say what on earth was going on then.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't do, because at the end of the day, we murdered Bradford today. But I thought when Ellie took that goal, if you're going to play a pantomime in this game, I mean, all right, she's 100th goal, and the game was won, but if you're going to pantomime in this game, then you're going to get, because what we're doing at the end of the day, we're rubbing Bradford's face in, and they had competed quite well. We just did a bit of magic, I think, either side of half-time, and other than that, they were in the game most of the time, so you can't play modern games rugby league like that. You know, there's no bad sides in the division. They can all give you a go on the day, so I was a bit disappointed when we were doing it. I thought it's not professional, but at the end of the day, we've got the 2 points, we're top of the league, but we could have had our points difference a lot better.
Well, that could be crucial at the end of the season, couldn't it? Because Bradford found out to their cost last season just what points difference means.
Well, yeah, it could be. But the way it's looking at the moment, it's a 2-horse race. I mean, we need somebody to beat Wigan. We all keep saying that. But then, with them being in the Regal Trophy final, they've got quite a few midweek games. So, all I want to do, if I can keep winning, then we'll just have to take our chance and hope for the best, Edward.
Harvey Howard was saying he expects a very difficult hour from you at training tomorrow because he rather thinks you'll go over the last quarter of an hour and over it and say that's a lesson we must learn.
Well, I'm always going over these lessons, you know. It's like, it is an ongoing job. But at the end of the way, some of the things they did do today was like marvellous stuff. It must look good on your television. Some of the tries were really spectacular. That's what they can do. They still have to tighten them few things up. But to be honest, they can do it when they want. I mean, I thought when Bradford were 8, they never looked like scoring. It was only when we started doing the pantomime we said that it just rubs off. And you've got to be focused in this game. The game's so quick now that if you lose your concentration for a minute or make a mistake, the other side scores.
David, 3 tries at Headingley and you still end up on the losing side. That's not the best statistic in your career.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to score 3 tries, but still a disappointing result. I think it was the 10 minutes before the end of the first half which let us down. Leeds got those 3 tries then, and we were playing catch-up football. And then you just carried on from there. An early try, it was a bad bounce. It came back over my head, and then they scored early on. So we were on the back foot, but like 46-8, I think they were up one time. It shows a lot of courage from the Bradford boys that we come back to 46-30.
Now, in your Wigan days, you know, of course, what a champion team is made up of. Do you think that you've played against a possible champion team here tonight?
Well, I mean, looking at the 2 scores, what was it, 46 points and 30 points, the defence is a lot slack, very slack there. If they want to win the championship, either of the 2 sides, we've got to pick our defences up quite a lot, like Wigan's defence. They've scored 10, 12 points maximum against them, any games they play. And
you'll be hoping you'll score a bit more than 10 or 12 maybe on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for my confidence to score 3 tries today. We've got Wigan on Friday. Hopefully we've got a good build-up this week. Hopefully we're marking Jason Robinson, because I owe him one anyway from Wembley last year. So it should be a good game.
This wasn't a bad game either, and there are the statistics. The team tackling equally shared. Scrums 10-5 in Leeds' favour, 14 penalties, 8 of them to Bradford, and handling errors, it was Leeds made 7 to Bradford's 9. It was Leeds' first half. Bradford took the honours in the second. So Leeds are top of the Stonesborough Championship tonight. They go a point clear over Wigan, but at the end of the day, the margin of their victory could and should have been a lot wider. Dougie Lawton really summed it up when he said in the last 10 minutes here at Headingley today, it was a little bit like a pantomime. Steve-O, an apt word to use.
Certainly was, because it could cost them the championship. Let's not forget that last season Wigan won it by points difference, and what should have been a convincing win by Leeds, they should have rattled up at least 40 or 50 points margin, and they let Bradford get onto it. Not surprisingly, the Leeds fans were booing their own players in the last few minutes.
But as far as Leeds are concerned, they are top of the table now. Can they push on all the way for the championship?
Well, they can if they play like that as they did for the first 65, 70 minutes. But they cannot just throw the towel in. Bradford were disappointing, but let's not take anything away from Leeds. Their defence was superb, and it's probably the best that I've seen them play for quite some time.
So that's the situation here at Headingley. Leeds go to the top of the tree. Now, what about the rest in the big league today? A curtailed programme because of the Regal Trophy matches played this weekend. But here now, the highlights from the rest in the big league.
Seize the day.
This was Doncaster's first home game on a Sunday since October. And what a thriller it turned out to be, with Terry Manning opening the scoring for the home side. Hull, desperate for the 2 points, responded with a try that owed a lot to Paul Sterling's quick thinking. He spotted the absence of a marker and took full advantage. But the Dons were soon back ahead again, as Colin Maskell set up Wayne Jackson. From then on, Hull took charge and set off on what looked like the road to victory. First of all, Mark Hewitt levelled the scores with this try. From the restart, Hull hit Doncaster again with a stunning try. Tavita Vaikona ran the ball from deep in his own half. Then he got support from Nolan and Endicott, and the ball reached Paul Sterling, but he was still on his own 22. No wonder the Hull wingman's been selected for the World 7 squad. Hewitt kicked the goal. Hull led by 20 points to 12 and went even further ahead when Jez Cassidy crashed over. And it was the same story in the second half. Richard Gay racing through the Doncaster defence, and Gary Nolan proving just too strong for Andy Rothwell. Mark Hewitt's conversion put Hull 32 points to 14 ahead, but the game was about to turn on its head once more as Terry Manning set up Dave Evans. That made it 18 points to 32. 4 minutes later, the Dons struck again, and once more it was Manning to Evans, and the centre exploiting some weak Hull tackling. Alex Green goal to make it 24-32. And minutes later, another try, this time from on-loan fullback Brad Hayes. By now, the Dons could sense a dramatic comeback. The ball shipped wide to Audley Pennant. Another one of his storming runs, and substitute Tony Zelli was there to finish off. Alex Green goal to make it 36-32 to Doncaster, but the drama still wasn't over as Hull came back. Gary Nolan's run was supported by Jez Cassidy. He found backup from Shane Endicott. The goal from Mark Hewitt put Hull 38-36 ahead, and it looked as though they'd snatched the points. But there was one final twist in this dramatic tale, as in stoppage time, Sonny Wakaro scored the deciding try to send the Dons fans delirious.
Both teams had something to prove in this game. Featherstone had gone 8 without a win. St Helens had lost 15-0 to Wakefield in the week. Apollo Perolini powered in for the first try and his first at Knowsley Road. St Helens extended their lead when Vivers and Goulding set up Mark Elia for the New Zealander's first try in his second spell at Knowsley Road. St Helens had 7 regulars out through injury, but Featherstone can hardly afford to lose anyone. So when Warren Wilson stayed down after being tackled and was then stretchered off with what turned out to be a knee injury, things didn't look good for the Yorkshireman. But Featherstone rallied, and Southernwood and Roebuck changed the direction of the play for Matt Callard to dribble his way around the Saints defence, which perhaps allowed him rather too much space. But then Saints scored 2 tries which should have put them on easy street. Bobby Goulding getting involved to add that little injection of pace and spark, and Vivers setting up Adam Fogarty. Fogarty scoring his 5th try of the season. Saints' next try was a beauty. Vivers, Goulding, And substitute Andy Northey, making his home debut after switching codes from Waterloo, providing the opening for winger Andy Haig to storm over the line. 24-10. Well, as I said, it should have been plain sailing then, but St Helens always seemed to have the ability to turn triumph into potential disaster. Cole Gibson, the try scorer for Featherstone. Featherstone sensed there was something there for them, and Graham Southernwood capitalised on hesitation in the St Helens defence to make it 24-20. The home fans weren't happy, but Goulding, who else, converted a penalty a moment later, and Saints scraped home 26-20.
Wakefield Trinity's revival continued with victory at the Don Valley Stadium, where Lee Child's try put Trinity in front. David Nelson set up the position in front of the sticks, and from then on it was almost child's play for the Trinity full-back. The Eagles were in a bit of a flap, having had their feathers ruffled like that, but they soon got a grip, first through Anthony Farrell's try. And then they took the lead with some slick handling, leading to a score from Paul Carr. That put Sheffield 8-7 ahead. Wakefield came straight back. Aaron Whittaker and Nigel Wright combining well, and Robert Peaver exploiting some weak Sheffield defence. Early in the second half, the Whittaker-Wright combination worked again, and Nigel Wright is showing some of his best form for many a day. That made it 19-8 to Wakefield. They went further ahead when Nigel Bell found wingman Paul Brown. And some quick thinking took him over the line as Sheffield looked on. Brown's second try was a real belter, created by good work from substitutes Mark Shears and Richard Slater. Nigel Bell, as Steve-O would say, chimed in. Paul Brown dotted down. By now, everything seemed to be going Wakefield's way. As Sheffield attacked, the ball was lost, and Steve McGowan was the first to react, belting it upfield. Winger Lauren Luchesse gave chase, but McGowan just got the touchdown. The Frenchman didn't agree. Minutes later, another close call for the referee. As Darryl Powell kicked ahead, Richard Price went for the ball, and Lee Jackson was adjudged to have got the touchdown. The game was well beyond Sheffield's reach at that stage, and anyway, Richard Slater's late try made sure of a victory that could make all the difference to Wakefield Trinity in their survival hopes.
Let's now round up the weekend for you in full. The semi-finals of the Regal Trophy. Widnes 4, Warrington 30, and Wigan 34, Castleford 6 today. So it's Warrington taking on Wigan in the final at Huddersfield on Saturday week. Now to the big league, the Stonefitter Championship First Division. Workington's big win on Friday. Doncaster 42, Hull 38. Leeds 46, Bradford 30. Sheffield 14, Wakefield 41. And St Helens 26, Featherstone 20. So Leeds go top for the first time this season. Wigan have 2 games in hand, but they are 1 point adrift. Bradford stay third. Halifax lose ground to St Helens, though they do have a game in hand. At the bottom, it's looking grim now for Featherstone and Hull. There's quite a match in prospect at Widnes on Wednesday when they meet Workington. Into Division 2. Barrow 34, Bramley 20. Batley 22, Hull Kingston Rovers 6. Dewsbury 8, Whitehaven 18. Huddersfield 20, London 8. Hunslet 56, Highfield 0. Lee 32, Carlisle 20. Rydale York 10, Rochdale 36. And Swinton 6, Keighley 48.